Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to another installment in our No Buff Rift Clear series. Today's Rift actually caused me a little bit of trouble, and it's one of the few that I've had to take multiple attempts at in order to get the full 3-star clear. And there's a couple of driving factors to that which will become a lot more clear and evident as we talk about the requirements for this Rift. And that is the level 27 Survival Defeat Infinity Sentinel Rift, and we're still within the Lambda Rifts themselves, with next week being the final installment in this chapter. So what makes this Rift so difficult? Well, we've seen the Survival Rift take place before, and it's where your team will have their health drained continuously over the course of the fight, but dealing damage to your opponents will cause that health to increase because you'll be able to set back a portion of the damage that you deal as direct health back to your characters. But the bigger problem with this comes with the self-imposed restriction on the category. And yes, I'm speaking specifically in the realm of damage because I have not allowed myself to rank up the abilities of any of the members of my team. Now, there could have been a couple of ways I could have gotten around this to make sure that it happened a little easier, and that would have been by including either Captain America or Daredevil on the team to either bolster the team's attack or lower the opponent's defense. Either of those are strategies that do work. However, with no buffs applied to anyone on the team, that is a very, very costly ability to use. So it's almost more of a detriment than it is beneficial, especially because the durations of those abilities are significantly shorter when they are not allowed to be increased to their maximum potency. So what was my approach to end up getting this? Well, the first fight that you're viewing involves trying to get through it as quickly as possible, because one of the stars of this clear condition is finishing in 1 minute and 30 seconds or less. And the best way to do that in particular is focus primarily on the Infinity Sentinel, trying to get damage in on the other Sentinels that pop up throughout the course of the fight, and then detonating the cores that the regular Sentinels drop into Infinity Sentinel, because not only do they stagger him a lot quicker, they also deal massive amounts of damage to him even when he is vulnerable. So that's a really good option for getting through that fight in the time limit. Now, fortunately, this doesn't run on a timer that you have to finish the fight by, and that allows us to get the other clear condition a little bit easier. Because in order to get the full rewards out of this Rift, we do need to deal 150,000 damage or more with synergy attacks. And the best way to get up to that damage threshold is to widely ignore Infinity Sentinel until you've taken down a lot of those standard Sentinels, primarily focusing on using your ability attacks in a synergy format. So you'll notice that I try to get away from the attacks that Infinity Sentinel throws out in order to encroach on the other Sentinels and take them down as quickly as I can. Though the big struggle with this is that at that point you have to be juggling the different characters of your team, because as their health continues to drop, they don't do the greatest job of healing themselves up, and you'll have to take manual control of the characters that get into trouble by doing so. A couple of ways that you can circumvent this, in addition to taking control of them and attacking into your opponents, as well as using those synergies to meet that synergy damage threshold and bolster your own health at the exact same time, is, and this is about the only circumstance where I would recommend taking this approach, it is to detonate your extreme attacks while the opponents still have their stagger gauges filled. And you won't deal as much damage. That damage does not contribute towards the synergy attack damage threshold that you need to meet, but it does allow you to heal up your team in a way that's pretty safe, all things considered, because the characters enter in vulnerable states while they are carrying out their extreme attacks, and especially where you don't have the option to heal up as consistently through other means. That is a really good checkpoint to get to in order to allow yourself to heal up and increase the duration of this fight, and that allows you to buy yourself some extra time in order to get the damage that's required from those synergy attacks. And as you can see, it does seem to be a little bit of a struggle, and there are points where some of my team members do get down fairly low. But again, I mentioned this last week that the S tier ranked characters tend to do very, very well with these types of challenges because they have a lot of tools available and at their disposal, not only to deal a lot of damage, but also survive in some of these harsher environments. But that is really all we needed to talk about in regards to today's Rift. So if you've made it this far into the video and you have not done so already, make sure that you are subscribed. Don't forget to hit that like button, as that helps me know that you are enjoying these types of challenge videos. And I hope to see you in the next video, because there is that daily variety content that's still headed your way. Thanks again for your time, and I hope that you have a great rest of your day.